Megan Hicks of I Run Far, and we're here at the finish line of the 2017 Lake Sonoma 50 mile. I'm with women's second place tie finishers, Magda Boulet, Kaci Lickteig. Congratulations, ladies.
Thank you.
Tickets! So I take it you're going to be keeping that golden ticket you earned today to return to States in a couple months?
Yes.
That is a big fat yes.
Yes.
Okay, so we decided to do this interview together because you two literally ran almost every step together. Or did you run every step together?
Yeah. Pretty much every step together. Yeah, from the beginning.
And you said a few minutes ago that it wasn't planned. So how did things shake out where you just ended up with each other at a couple miles and a couple miles more and suddenly it's the whole race?
Kind of had a train going with another guy, Dave, and it just clicked and we're like, this is going good, why change it?
we had a Dave sandwich. I was in the back of it. And I said, hey, this is a Kaci train. So, and we had a blast. We ran for 25 miles together till the turnaround.
Okay, with Dave?
With Dave. Dave from Orange County. We learned a lot about Dave.
Yes.
Woohoo. He's our favorite.
Definitely.
And then was there a point in the race where you guys like intentionally decided to stay together, or it just was unintentional all the way along, or?
You know, I think that, you know, when we made the turnaround, we just started to work together.
Okay.
Or before I was kind of just tagging along.
It was really awesome, and I wanted her to get that ticket so well, and we just had so much fun out there. Like, why change what's going right? And so we just kept it going.
I mean, when do you actually, you know, get in a race and run with the same person for 50 miles? It's pretty special.
It's very like something I will never forget. It was so fun.
Lake Sonoma has a lot of like literal ups and downs and lots of features that sort of change. You know, there's like more, you know, kind of curvy single track bits and open fire roads, and you guys each have your strengths and weaknesses. Did you find each other like helping each other out when you reached something that was somebody else's forte, or how did you play through that part of the race?
I think that later in the race, you know, I really appreciated Kaci's downhill skills. She would turn on another gear on the downhills and really pull me along. And hopefully I was a little bit helpful on the uphills. Okay. So we definitely tried to, you know, just to work with each other.
Okay.
Yes, she definitely helped me on the uphills. I was getting, my quads were burning and my lungs were burning. I was like, oh man, and she would just give me motivation, and it was wonderful. We worked together.
Kaci, we interviewed you before the race, and you said that Lake Sonoma is sort of like a fitness test for you, where you get to come out and sort of see where the chips fall. How do you feel about how you feel?
I felt like the race went really awesome. I mean, this is how I wanted it to be, and we're standing here feeling good, so that's a great sign.
Yeah. Magda, the last time we saw you was at Tarawera just a couple months ago. You're packing in the races this spring. What's going to be next for you in your build up to Western States?
Yeah, I don't have anything planned before Western States.
Training.
I mean, you gotta switch that. You know, when that golden ticket wasn't really in my hand, it kind of was a heavy feeling on my heart. And now I can really just buy into, you know, I am going to switch my training to Western States, which, you know, I don't want to get too excited. I don't want it to jinx it. Just one race at a time. And I think today we really played smart, and just the objective was to get that ticket.
Mm-hmm. Magda, we did not talk to you before the race, so I'm not sure where you were mentally. Were you going into this race to sort of compete as fast as you could, or were you going in strategically to get the golden ticket?
I didn't want to take any risk by, you know, going out and maybe not getting that ticket.
Okay.
Really wanted to play smart. In the first few miles, you know, I latched on to the train, and, you know, I kind of realized really quickly, Kaci has done this race 4 times. I have never been on the course. I think last year we were in the area wine tasting, and I came out here for a little hike with my son and my dog and Richie. So that was the only time that, you know, I've been on the course. shame on me. But it's a beautiful course, and I wanted to play smart. I didn't want to walk away disappointed.
People on the internet were talking, I mean, they watched you race for 50 miles today, and some of them wanted you to duke it out, to finish how the chips fell, and some other people on the internet were like, yeah, great, like, this is so cool that you're working together. What's your justification for doing what you did today, or do you need any?
It was teamwork. The whole way was just, we both had I wanted her to get a ticket so bad, and she was definitely wanted it too, and just having fun out on the course is what we love to do. That's part of why we do this. And you don't have to duke it out every time. It's not worth it.
Yeah. We worked together for 50 miles. I mean, how silly would it be for us to kick the last, 200 meters?
And how do you decide? Okay, at 1 mile to go?
Yeah. So we kind of, Kaci goes, so I want to see, you want to kick? No, do you want to kick?
Did you really talk about it?
We did talk about, do you want to finish together? I mean, we're here. The finish line is within your, side. And we've literally ran for 50 miles step for step. Mm-hmm. So it would have been ridiculous to do that.
I would have felt terrible.
Yeah. Same.
Well, there's, in competitive sports, there's, the saying of competing against versus competing with. And, this seems like an example of, elevate your performances by competing with.
Absolutely.
Yes. I mean, I had just a great day here. This has been my favorite 50. Being able to run with Magda was just awesome.
I second that.
I second that.
This is, this little love affair here. Yes. The last time we raced, it wasn't as pretty for me, and
was that Western States?
At Western States, and I was telling Kaci how bad I wanted to be at the finish line to watch her finish, and I didn't make it. So this was definitely a makeup run.
Yes. Now we get to see the sunrise together with her. It's going to be awesome.
Up on the top of Squaw,
yeah.
The last Saturday in June.
Why not?
So I think we also discovered today that the two of you have yet another shared race on your plate later in the summer after Western States. You're both racing UTMB?
I know.
Oh, yes.
I'm coming back, and this is going to be Kaci's first UTMB.
Holy smokes.
Holy smokes. It's a big one, too.
It is.
Go big or go home?
Sure.
She's gonna do awesome on that course.
Aww.
It's
thank you.
Yeah, it's and being in Chamonix, you're gonna love it.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna steal your heart.
First trip overseas, so it'll be fun.
I understand you are acquiring your passport for the first time for this trip.
I am.
Seriously, go big or go home.
Right. You might as well live life and live it to its fullest.
I want to ask a logistical question about that, though, because Western States is a 100-mile runner's race and UTMB is a 100-mile mountain race. How are the two of you going to treat your training blocks and your preparation going into these two very different races?
Well, that was my goal last year, so I've kind of thought about that question, and I did train for Western States. And then just kind of switched over to a lot of hiking afterwards.
Okay.
So you still have the, speed in your legs, which is nice, and then you can just enjoy a lot of good hiking and go. I went to Utah a couple of times to just go up and down, as much as you can.
Right.
Poles.
Click, 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 click.
Yep,
gotta practice.
Kaci's going to be on the hills in Nebraska. Click, 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 click.
There are not long enough hills for that. But Jason Coop is going to have me probably go out and run some of the high altitude training camp with him, and so that will give me some experience, at least using trekking poles and getting above sea level.
Getting above sea level. Amazing. I love it. Well, congratulations to both of you on your second place tie. And it was like just pure joy watching you guys ham it up and just celebrate your way along the trails. Pure joy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
See you in Squaw.
See you in Squaw.
See you in Squaw.